Have you ever had a gut feeling about something? Or felt a knot in your stomach when you were stressed? Well, these aren't just metaphors. They're your body's way of hinting at a profound biological truth. You have a second brain in your gut. This second brain profoundly influences your mood, your thoughts, and your overall health. And understanding it can give you a hidden control panel for your well-being. Today, we're going to explore the gut-brain axis, a sophisticated communication network that links your central nervous system, your brain and spinal cord, with your enteric nervous system, the intrinsic nervous system of your gastrointestinal tract. This isn't just some vague concept. It's a well-documented physiological system that includes neural, endocrine, humoral, metabolic, and immune routes of communication. The enteric nervous system, or ENS, is often dubbed your second brain for a good reason. It's a vast, intricate network of neurons and glial cells embedded right there in your gut wall, so complex it can actually function quite independently of your own brain. Some evolutionary theories even suggest that the ENS is the more primitive system, with our complex brains evolving from these enteric nerve circuits. This means that your signals from your gut are a foundational input for your emotional and cognitive states. For many of us who might feel our bodies are failing us with symptoms like anxiety or fatigue, this insight is incredibly empowering. It suggests that by learning to listen to your second brain, you can actually regain a sense of control over your first brain. It's a shift from mind over matter to a body informs mind strategy, a core tenet of integrative medicine. So how does this communication superhighway work? There are three key pathways. The first pathway is the neural pathway, primarily mediated by the vagus nerve. This acts as a direct conduit transmitting signals from your gut microbiome and intestinal environment straight to your brain and vice versa. The second pathway is the endocrine pathway. This involves the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA axis, which is your body's central stress response system. It coordinates adaptive responses and is deeply intertwined with gut function, meaning stress can directly impact your gut. The third pathway is the immune pathway. Your gut is home to a massive number of immune cells. These cells can release signaling molecules known as cytokines that travel to your brain, directly influencing your neurochemistry and behavior. You've probably experienced this direct communication yourself. Think about that common phenomena of digestive upset or butterflies in your stomach during times of stress. That's top-down signaling from your brain to your gut. Conversely, if you've ever felt low or irritable when you're experiencing gut flare-up, that's a clear example of bottom-up signaling from your gut to your brain. This continuous interplay is crucial, especially when we consider conditions like neuroinflammation, which is associated with many age-related brain disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or ALS, and multiple sclerosis. Chronic exposure to inflammatory mediators from the gut can disrupt the blood-brain barrier, allowing immune cells and pro-inflammatory cytokines into the brain, driving low-grade inflammation. At the heart of this gut-brain connection lies your gut microbiota. It contains an estimated 100 trillion living microbes weighing between 1 and 2 kilograms, similar in size to your liver. What's truly amazing is that they actually exceed your liver in the number of biochemical reactions they participate in. These vital inhabitants play a critical role in everything from your immune system function, normal gut motility, and improving your nutritional status by producing B vitamins and vitamin K, to regulating metabolism, blood glucose control, and even your mood. Crucially, your microbiota can either contribute to your inflammatory milieu or actively counter it. When this delicate ecosystem falls out of balance, a state known as dysbiosis occurs, which can both initiate and maintain a wide range of diseases. Beyond gut conditions like irritable bowel syndrome or inflammatory bowel disease, we're seeing an ever-growing list of systemic diseases linked to gut dysbiosis, including Alzheimer's disease, anxiety, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, and type 2 and even type 1 diabetes. So what can you do to support this incredible second brain and foster a healthy gut-brain axis? Naturopathic medicine offers powerful strategies, focusing on nurturing your microbiota and using targeted approaches when necessary. Firstly, diet and lifestyle are paramount. A healthy, balanced diet rich in vegetables, fruits, extra virgin olive oil, nuts, and berries, similar to a Mediterranean diet or a MIND diet, can significantly reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease and may help prevent or delay the onset of Alzheimer's disease. Adequate sleep, managing stress, and moderate exercise are also critical when maintaining this symbiotic relationship. Short sleep durations, for example, have been linked to an increased risk of dementia. Now, let's talk about some specific herbal medicines. Many herbs contain compounds called polyphenols. About 95% of these polyphenols are indigestible and unabsorbable, so they can travel all the way through your colon where they interact with your microbiota. This is a win-win scenario. Your gut microbes are nourished, and in return, they metabolize these polyphenols into active, absorbable forms that offer systemic benefits to you. Consider Panax Ginseng, for instance. Studies show it can stimulate the growth of beneficial bacteria like Bifidobacterium and Lactobacilli, while decreasing potential pathogens. More profoundly, your gut bacteria are essential for converting the native compound in ginseng called ginsenosides into a more active compound called compound K. Compound K is what's responsible for many of ginseng's medicinal effects, including its anti-Alzheimer's, liver protective, anti-allergenic, and anti-tumor activities. Imagine if your gut lacks the specific Bifidobacterium or eubacteria needed for this conversion. You might not get the full medicinal impact of the ginseng, even if you're taking a therapeutic dose. This really highlights the individuality of herbal medicine and the crucial role of your unique gut ecosystem. We also need to consider herbal polysaccharides. These compounds in herbs are generally indigestible for the humans, but your gut microbiome encodes thousands of carbohydrate active enzymes, making them perfectly geared to ferment these compounds. This fermentation produces short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which is a primary food source for your colon cells and has wide-ranging benefits, including improving insulin sensitivity, decreasing body-wide inflammation, and improving the integrity of your blood-brain barrier. For example, the polysaccharides from Dangshen, also referred to as Codonopsis, can increase populations of Bifidobacterium, Lactobacillus, and Akkermansia, which is a key gut microbe for gut barrier integrity. At the same time, they can decrease harmful species like the sulfobrio, which is linked to colonic inflammation and irritable bowel syndrome, and alistipes, which is implicated in colorectal cancer. Furthermore, these polysaccharides can actually improve the bioavailability of other active compounds in Dangshen. This brings us to an important point about herbal preparations. The way a herb is prepared, whether it's a powder, a tea, a decoction, a tincture, or a tablet extract, can significantly impact which constituents you're getting. For instance, a decoction, where the herb is simmered in water, is much better at extracting polysaccharides than, say, an alcohol-based tincture or a highly concentrated tablet extract. So choosing the right preparation matters for how the herb will interact with your microbiota and, ultimately, dictate the medicinal activity. Other herbs can also offer targeted support. Ashwagandha, also known as Withania somnifera, has early clinical evidence supporting its cognitive benefits, improving performance on cognitive tasks, executive function, tension, and reaction time. It can also help to lower elevated cortisol levels, addressing HPA axis dysfunction, which is implicated in neurotoxic effects on the hippocampus and oxidative stress. Curcumin, found in turmeric, has epigenetic effects and has been shown to improve working memory and reduce fatigue, tension, and overall mood. Resveratrol is another fascinating compound that can modulate neuroinflammation and even attenuate declines in Alzheimer's disease. From traditional systems, Ayurveda offers a holistic approach with herbs like Bacopa manieri and Centella asiatica, which are rich in antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and neuroprotective compounds that enhance memory and rejuvenate brain functions. While many herbs nurture your gut, we need to talk about herbs that kill, meaning antimicrobials. Not all antimicrobials are created equal, and it's crucial to use them judiciously to avoid collateral damage to your precious microbiota. Based on research, some antimicrobials are highly selective, meaning they can target pathogens while leaving beneficial bacteria intact. My top choice in this category is pomegranate husk. It's demonstrated powerful antibacterial activity against a wide range of gut pathogens like E. coli, Salmonella, and Staphylococcus aureus, as well as antibiofilm activity and antiprotozoal effects against Giardia and Entamoeba, and antifungal activity against Candida species. What's also great about pomegranate, it has no negative impact on lactobacilli populations and actually enhances the growth of bifidobacteria populations. This makes it a fantastic broad-acting agent that respects your beneficial microbes. Fresh garlic is another selectively acting antimicrobial capable of killing Candida and Clostridium difficile without harming lactobacilli or bifidobacteria. However, some commonly used herbal antimicrobials are less selective or even harmful. For instance, high dose and long-term use of berberine found in herbs like golden thread and golden seal can cause significant collateral damage to the microbiota. It's been observed in clinical practice that it can lead to reduced diversity and a dramatic reduction, even extinction, of bifidobacteria populations with prolonged use. These powerful antimicrobial agents should be reserved for specific, confirmed gut infections such as Giardia for short, targeted bursts. Likewise, enteric-coated essential oils like oregano oil are incredibly potent concentrated plant extracts. While they can be effective antimicrobials, they often lack selectivity and can indiscriminately kill off beneficial bacteria, especially bifidobacteria, which appear to be more sensitive to herbal disruptions. For general antimicrobial use, I prefer tinctures of herbs like oregano or thyme. They offer a more phytochemically complex profile, including polyphenols that can simultaneously nurture certain species, leading to less ecosystem disruption than essential oil preparations. And here's a big warning. Completely avoid citrus seed extract, often sold as grapefruit seed extract or GSE. Research, as well as what's seen in clinical practice, shows GSE to be an extremely potent, broad-acting antimicrobial that can decimate your gut microbiota, often being more active against beneficial bacteria like bifidobacteria than against pathogens. In fact, research revealed it to be worse than clindamycin, an antibiotic known for its severe detrimental impact on the gut. Even more concerning, independent research has revealed that GSE is not a natural product. It's often spiked with synthetic disinfectants like benzothonium chloride, triclosan, or methylparaben. These are hospital-grade disinfectants, and ingesting them can lead to serious harm, including human cytotoxicity. The consequences of using broad-acting antimicrobials indiscriminately can be far-reaching, causing diminished gut integrity, leading to increased food reactivity, such as reactions to salicylates and amines, altered metabolism of other beneficial phytochemicals, and even reduced efficacy of other herbal medicines. There can also be potential systemic impacts, similar to those seen with antibiotics, such as the increased risk of anxiety and depression. To wrap up our first episode, remember this. Your gut and its incredible microbial inhabitants are intimately connected to your brain, influencing everything from your mood and cognition to your long-term brain health. By consciously supporting your second brain through a nourishing diet, a healthy lifestyle, and carefully chosen herbal medicines that nurture its beneficial residents, you are taking a powerful step towards better brain function and overall well-being. I'll put a link to any references in the description. Join me next time as we delve deeper into specific strategies for supporting your gut, brain, and immune health. Thanks for tuning in.